everyone, and welcome to my 2025 Halloween home tour. I'm so glad you're here. Today's video is going to be a walkthrough and a talk through of different rooms in my house and also my front porch, and just sharing with you how I decorated for both the fall and Halloween. Really, I would say this is more of a Halloween home tour. I'm combining the best of both worlds. I am so excited to show you guys around. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I thought we would start the tour here in the living room. This is where we spend a majority of our time. And this is also where I first started to decorate for fall and Halloween this year. And when you walk into this room, I know the skeleton is most likely the first thing that you see. However, I did want to start with the garland. I just think it is so incredibly stunning. So this garland is from Hearth and Hand from Target. And I could not believe something this high-end looking and beautiful was at Target. So I knew I wanted to decorate with a lot of orange in my decor this year, and this is like the prettiest rust orange brown color, very elevated and expensive looking. And there are 4 strands of garland on this fireplace mantle. I really wanted it to make a dramatic impact. And also we wove in some of these leaves from Hobby Lobby and added some fairy lights. These are fantastic fairy lights. If you are in the market for some fairy lights, I will have these linked down in the description box below. We have them plugged in on a timer, so they come on and off at the same time every single day. And I typically just leave them on all day because I just love looking at the whimsical, magical lights. And this fireplace mantle looks so good at nighttime. So I am doing this tour in the middle of the day because you can see all of the details better on camera in the natural daylight, but I will add in some videos of what everything looks like at night. But this just looks so awesome, and it's so fun to watch movies in here and to watch different TV shows and things like that. It really sets the fall and Halloween mood. And this is the living room greeters. So I have little skeleton greeters all throughout the house. And for some reason, I want to call him Ernie. I don't know, that's just, just what I want to call him. But you will notice with all of the skeletons you will see in this home tour, they are all friendly, they are all smiling, and they all are dressed for the season. They are spooky chic skeletons. They all have a little bow on the front and also a little hat. So just love a spooky chic skeleton. And they are all holding signs. So this sign says, "I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers." So of course that is a quote from Anne of Green Gables. I just love it so much. I feel that quote deep within my soul because I love Octobers so much. It's my favorite month out of the entire year. And this was actually a downloadable printable from Etsy. It was a couple of dollars. And then I just sent the print off to a canvas making company and they put it on a canvas, and that's how it turned out. And I just think it looks so good on the skeleton's lap. And another tip when it comes to like setting up skeletons like this, if you want to do something similar, putting a sign on their lap, I would recommend zip tying the sign to your skeleton. So most signs will have some sort of like metal hanger on the back. I will just use that to zip tie the sign to my skeletons. And that way, if I bump into them, if my cat runs into the skeleton, if anything happens, typically the sign isn't going anywhere. So that's a little tip there. Now, I love attention to detail, so I did want to point out a couple of details around the skeleton. So there are some leaves here from Hobby Lobby just to add a fall touch. And over here on top of the birch logs, yes, I have a fake fireplace, so it's like, why do I need the birch logs? But I just love the way the logs look next to the fireplace. It might be silly, but I think they look fun. So I did add some leaves to the top of the birch logs. And then here are my favorite jack-o'-lanterns. They are from Balsam Hill. And these are quite expensive, regular price, but just know as we get closer to Halloween and even after Halloween, they tend to go on a deep clearance. And they are such a steal of a deal closer to Halloween. And that's when I bought mine. So I was able to get them like dirt cheap, I feel like, compared to the regular price. And they are orange when you buy them, but I like to paint them. So I've painted them like a taupey beige color because I love my neutrals. And they also come with a light and a remote and a timer, and they are just fantastic. And over on the other side of the fireplace mantle, I do have these light up ghosts from Pottery Barn, just a great go-to classic piece of Halloween decor that I use year after year. I will say I've stopped using these outside because they attract so many bugs. So year after year, I would have these outside. I loved them outside until the end of the season when I found all of these bugs underneath them. So if you're into bug decor for Halloween, if you like the creepy and all of that, maybe you won't be bothered by that, but I did not like dealing with all of the bugs. So I just use these ghosts inside. They do have a timer, so I love that. And then there are a couple more jack-o'-lanterns here. And then we'll go to the top of the fireplace mantle here where I have another jack-o'-lantern. And then these taper candles, they are LED taper candles. They're like the flicker flame candles, so they look real and they really help create a nice mood in here, especially at night. And I found out that the remote with the jack-o'-lanterns also works with the taper candles. So the taper candles did not come with a remote control, and I was very pleasantly surprised that my remote works with them. So that was really cool to find that out. Sometimes remotes work with different things in your home, which is kind of fun. And then this is our TV in here, and I just have a little portrait picture that I got from Etsy. There's so many to choose from, and whenever we're not watching TV or watching a movie or something like that, I have this up on our TV screen, and it just looks like a piece of artwork. Okay, so here we are at the coffee table, and a couple of things I wanted to point out here. So first is this Hocus Pocus journal. It's from Spirit Halloween, and this is such a special find, especially if you love the movie Hocus Pocus like I do. Look at all of the attention to detail, and it is a journal. It's really well done. There are lots and lots of pages to journal on. I don't think I will ever use it as anything other than decor because it is such a special find, but if you want to journal in it, that could be fun too. And then we have some faux books. These are from Kirkland's, and these are so cool because you can hide all of your remote controls and also have easy access to them. These are some light up candles that I purchased from Amazon, one of my favorite purchases from Amazon this year. They do come with a remote control. And then here are some marble ghost coasters, ghosters, if you will, from Pottery Barn. They're really nice quality, and they add a touch of Halloween to the living room. Okay, so here we are behind the sofa, and I did want to start a little far back so you guys could have some perspective of where we are in the living room. So I did want to show you what's on top of the console table here. So I have these light up ghosts from Pottery Barn, and they did come with their own fairy lights. However, I'm using my own because my fairy lights have a remote control, and they also have different light functions that are really fun. So you can have these twinkling, you can have them steady on, just lots of different functions. And then I wove in this garland from Walmart, and this is a garland that you will also see on my front porch when I show you how I decorated the front porch, but it's a great neutral garland, and I was really impressed that it came from Walmart. And it also helps to hide the battery pack, and then I just keep the remote to the ghost down here in the console table. Okay, so a few more details I did want to share with you as part of the living room portion of this tour. So this jack-o'-lantern pillow is from Pottery Barn. It is the most beautiful neutral jack-o'-lantern pillow that I've ever come across. It's really great quality. And then if you have a situation like I do where you want to have a lamp in your living room, but you don't have anywhere to plug it in, I highly recommend picking up a rechargeable light bulb. So that's what I have inside of this lamp. I just cut the cord, and then there is a remote control to turn it on. And then the remote control has a lot of different functions, and you can have a lamp in your living room without having to have any kind of electricity. You can cut the cord, and it's a wonderful thing. And this is what you see when you go up or down the stairs. So it's another skeleton greeter that has a sign, and his sign says it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. I did get that sign from Etsy, and then I did incorporate some more of the Balsam Hill jack-o'-lanterns. All right, so next I thought I'd take you out to the screened-in porch. This is an area that my husband and I really love to be in, and also our cat Teddy. So we jokingly call this the catio because Teddy spends so much of his time out here, and it's just a cozy place to sit and enjoy some coffee, to just hang out. We eat out here, we sit by the fire pit, and we just really enjoy the space. And I tried to make it as cozy and as comfortable as possible. So it is just such a great place to watch the leaves changing, just to watch the seasons changing in general. It reminds me a lot of, if you guys love Twilight like I do, you will know the scene where Bella is sitting in front of her window watching all of the seasons change. That's kind of how I feel about this space out here, because you can just watch all of the different seasons as they come and go. And of course, this is much happier than that scene in New Moon, because that scene is pretty depressing, and this is our happy place, our happy space. And I did want to show you these jack-o'-lantern buckets from HomeGoods. I did put some lights inside of them. They're on a timer, so they go on and off every single night, and I will share with you what they look like at night. They look so good. And can we talk about these pillowcases? So I talked about this a little bit earlier in the video. I wanted to incorporate a lot of orange into my decor, and I saw these orange plaid pillowcases on Amazon and I had to have them. So they do come in several different size options. I just threw a pillow inside of them and I just love the way they look out here. Welcome to the kitchen / dining room. This is another area where we tend to spend a lot of time, and I thought I would start at the kitchen island. So kind of minimal here. I do have this giant pumpkin candle. I got it from HomeGoods. We've really enjoyed this candle so much. We burn it every single night. It smells so good. And then I have it on top of this Target tray. It's such a good tray. This is a new addition to my decor this year, and I've really enjoyed decorating with that. And I have to show you guys these. So these are little ghost soap dispensers. They are from HomeGoods and they are pearlized. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but they're super pretty. And I do have dish soap in one and hand soap in the other. And they were one of my favorite finds this year. Next, I thought I would show you the side of the kitchen, and we'll start right here. So these candles are from Walmart. They smell so good. This is the Farm Apple Pumpkin Scent, and it is great. So these are little pumpkin candles. And then this little guy came from HomeGoods. He went quite viral. So I think it's like the Creepy Critters collection, and he's actually a cookie jar. So I was glad I found a little place for him to be displayed. And then this is our little hot chocolate section. So we've got our hot chocolate mugs. Those are from Hobby Lobby. And this entire little mug holder, I guess I'm gonna call it, display where you can put like your K-cups and things like that is from Hobby Lobby. And it was actually red, so it was in the Christmas section. I just spray painted it white and I added a little ribbon to the top, and that ribbon is also from Hobby Lobby. And some of you guys may remember this jack-o'-lantern from my Halloween haul this year. He was a big hit. So yes, this is a stained glass jack-o'-lantern from Amazon, and he did come with his own light, but I wanted to be able to put him in this corner here, but there isn't an outlet, and then the cord is super long. So I decided to put some fairy lights inside to make him a cordless jack-o'-lantern, and that way I could also have the lights work by remote control and also have him on a timer. So all of those things combined is why I decided to remove the light. I mean, I still have the light and can put it in whenever I want, but he is now a mobile jack-o'-lantern and I can put him wherever I want in my home. But I think the spot is really nice and he is a great addition to the kitchen. Okay, now this setup is very similar to what I had last year, but if you love something, you should just stick with it, you know, year after year. And I really enjoy looking at this sign. So this sign is from Hobby Lobby. I did get it last year, and this quote is from The Great Gatsby. And the quote is, "Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall." I love the neutral coloring of the sign, and I think it looks really great in the kitchen. And then I have this marble cutting board from HomeGoods that I decorate with year after year. And this little Dutch oven / simmer pot. I've been using it to create different simmer pots. I got that from Walmart. And here we are at the coffee bar. So this is something I do every single Halloween, every single Christmas. I come up with some sort of concept for a coffee bar just to make getting your coffee, your hot chocolate, your tea a bit more elevated and a bit more special. So this is what I came up with for Halloween this year. And I think everything looks so cute. So you've got your K-cups here. This little sign is a printable from Etsy. I just paid a couple of dollars, printed it off and put it in a frame. It's as easy as that. So yes, love my downloadable printables from Etsy. This little ghost garland is from Etsy as well. And I just love that these little yarn ghosts have on scarves. So they're getting ready for the cozy fall weather. And they look like if, you know, they could have coffee, they would want some coffee because it's like, you know, chilly weather ghost. And then we have your good old fashioned Keurig. So typically I have a different coffee maker in my kitchen in the spring and summertime, but come the fall and winter, I do love a Keurig because it's so versatile and you can have a variety of different hot beverages, your tea, your hot chocolate, your coffee, whatever you want. It's super fast and convenient. So that's why I have this Keurig here, and it just works so well, so you can't beat it. And I have it on top of a cake stand. And just a little tip, so if you can't stand quartz, I can't stand quartz, do this. So put your coffee maker on a cake stand, put a wreath around the bottom of the cake stand, wrap the cord of your coffee maker around the cake stand, assuming it's long like this one, and then leave a little bit of the cord out in the back and plug it in that way. And it will really help to conceal the cord and make everything look so much prettier. And then over here, I do have some mugs. These mugs are from Target last year. And then these are just paper to go coffee cups. And I really wanted to use a lot of orange, and I think everything looks so adorable. To the side of the coffee bar, I have a few more Pottery Barn Ghost. And then I also have this arched mirror, and on the arched mirror, I thought I would add this wreath from Target. So this is one of the first purchases I made for fall this year. This wreath is from the Studio McGee collection. I just thought it was gorgeous, and I especially love the ribbon at the bottom. Okay, so next I did want to talk about the dining table, and this dining table I do get a lot of questions about. It's from Rooms to Go, and the chairs are from Amazon. And then on top of the table, I do have 2 candles. I just love having candles in our home. So this candle is from Walmart. It's a really good one. It smells just like leaves from Bath and Body Works, but it's a fraction of the price. And then this candle is another one of the Amazon candles that I was talking about earlier on my coffee table. It's so good. It comes with a remote, and then I did put it on this scallop tray from Walmart. And over in this corner, I do have one of those magic moving brooms, and I was really proud of myself because I snipped the speaker to the broom and now it moves in silence. So before, it did have this annoying like witch cackle sound every time it would operate. You would just hear this high-pitched witch laugh, and oh my gosh, after a few times you were like, make it stop. So now the broom moves in silence, and if you have a broom like this and you don't use it because of the noise it comes with, I would recommend snipping the speaker cord. Super easy to do. There are lots of videos on YouTube showing you how to do it, and it just makes such a huge difference. And this is the last thing I have to share with you in the kitchen. So this is the Pottery Barn Ghost Wreath. And this was another one of my favorite finds this year. It's a great wreath. It's a really large size. It lights up. It's on a timer. It will turn on and go off at the same time every single day. The only thing I changed about the wreath, I just added a little ribbon to the top to give it, you know, a little on-trend flair. I love adding ribbon to different items, as you've noticed throughout this tour, but I really think the ribbon adds like a dainty feminine touch. Now we have made it to the entryway of our home. So this is the first thing you see when you walk into our house. And these are some more downloadable printables from Etsy that I purchased for a few bucks. And then I sent off to a canvas maker to put on canvases. And I love how they turned out. And then these are metal witch hats that I got from Kirkland's this year. And they were originally black, but I decided to spray paint them white. They also came with their own lights, but the lights did not have timers. So I decided to remove the lights and add my own light. So I do really enjoy just kind of like making over different pieces of decor to fit my style or to fit, you know, my life, because I really do enjoy having timers. I feel like you can enjoy your decor so much more, your light up decor so much more if it just comes on and turns off at the same time every single day. And I did add some ribbon to the top of each witch hat. And to the left of the front door is the sitting room. So it's to the left of the entryway, and this is one of my favorite rooms to decorate in the house. There's not a lot of space, but I do pack it out with all kinds of stuff. So we'll start with this skeleton greeter. He's got a sign that says stop in for a spell. This sign lights up. It's on a timer. It's from Joann's, and man, I miss Joann's so much. They had the best Halloween decor at Joann's. So this is definitely a piece that I will keep for years and years to come. Now this bookshelf has a lot of different elements that I'm excited to share with you. So we'll start with my most favorite. So this is a light up house from Target. It also is on a timer. I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but I do think it's important to tell you guys when something does have a timer. And then this sign here is a downloadable printable, and it's a quote from Practical Magic, and it's a really good one. It looks very vintage and it looks kind of like antique-y, and I'm just into all of those things right now, and it's one of my favorite quotes from any movie ever, so that's special to me. And if you love Practical Magic, you definitely need to get this printable, print it out, and frame it. Up above is another light up house from Target, and then we have this light up ghost from Pottery Barn. The boo sign is from Home Goods, and it's like Halloween glam, so it has glitter, it has pearls, and it's just super pretty. And below it, we have this cauldron. I picked this up from Kirkland's last year, and the little bubbles and the lights came with it. And that's also on a timer. The Book of Spells came from Kirkland's last year, and then this magic potion bottle came from Target this year. And at the bottom of the bookshelf, I do have these two stackable boxes. Those are from HomeGoods. HomeGoods is such a great place to get different stackable boxes to go with whatever your decor theme is. So I was really looking for high contrast black and white boxes, and I found them. So gotta love HomeGoods. And then this candle is also from HomeGoods as well. And last but certainly not least is this little ghost, and he is on a stack of books. Now, I really like this Haunted Places book. If you are into ghosts and things like that and ghost stories, that is definitely a must-have. Just so many just interesting places that are haunted, and there are a lot of photos and things like that too. So it's a great book if you are a ghost enthusiast, but I thought it was only appropriate to add the ghost on top of that book. Now, I find corners really hard to decorate. You know, I could, I guess, put a little tree there, but I decided to put this skeleton there. So I have a giant easel with the skeleton picture, and he's just flashing a peace sign. He looks very happy, and I thought it kind of added a little edge to this room. I don't know. I think he looks really cool. And then over on this table here, I do have the Martha Stewart ghost mirror that went viral this year. I was so excited to get my hands on that mirror, but it is super heavy, so I was afraid to hang it up. I was afraid it would fall, so I just have it leaning up against the wall there. And then I have my records and also my record player, and I can listen to all my different records. I have Thriller here, which is one of my all-time favorite albums. Then there is the Hocus Pocus soundtrack. Now that's what I call Halloween. And then for just some laid back sounds, October at Last. And that was one that I just got this year from Target. It's a really good one. And then I do have this light up jack-o'-lantern pillow from Pottery Barn. And I thought I would also show you what's on the coffee table in this room. So I have this light up ghost cloche from Pottery Barn. I added some stars around it. And then I have some more ghost coasters, some more ghosters, and this spiced pumpkin candle from HomeGoods. I just love all of the HomeGoods candles. And if I'm having a bad day, I will just go into HomeGoods and shop for candles. So this is a really good one if you can find it at your local HomeGoods. Okay, so last but certainly not least, I thought we'd talk about the front porch, and this was so much fun to decorate. And I'll be honest with you guys, I had a little help this year. So I actually hired a pumpkin company to come out and put all of these pumpkins on my front porch. The entire porch is lined in pumpkins, and they are so beautiful. And I've really loved having all of these pumpkins on my front porch. But I did add these jack-o'-lanterns from Pottery Barn to incorporate a little Halloween into all of the pumpkins. And then the skeletons on the front porch are from Walmart. They're the LED light up skeletons, and they look great during the day, but at night they are such a party. The only downside, I would say, is the fact that you have to turn them on yourself. So they don't have a timer. Maybe next year Walmart can incorporate a timer on these, but if you want them to come on at night, you do have to turn them on. And I just feel like we live in a world of convenience. So it's just like, that is one thing I would change, but I do really love those light up skeletons. And they're holding a Hocus Pocus sign from Kirkland's, and this is a sign I've had for years, and I will continue to decorate with it for years. And I've had it outside many years, and it just looks the same as I bought it year after year. So that was such a great purchase. And next to the skeletons are my faux moms from Amazon. Those are an awesome purchase, awesome find from Amazon. They look like real moms, and all you have to do is insert the faux moms into some foam, and you are good to go. And I do have 2 packs of the moms in each planter, and no one would ever know that they're not real, and then they're going to last you year after year. So those are an excellent find from Amazon. And then above we do have this witch garland that came from HomeGoods. It's by Martha Stewart, and the witch garland has several different light functions. It comes with a remote control and a timer, so it's really easy to set it and forget it, and then the witch hats come on every single night, and you can do different functions, and they are so much fun. And then on the front door, I do have a wreath from Walmart that I think is so beautiful. It's one of the best wreaths I've ever purchased from Walmart. And then around the door frame, I have some garland from Walmart. So Walmart just knocked it out of the park this year with their fall and Halloween decor. So overall, I really wanted this outdoor space to incorporate elements of fall and also Halloween and be done in a chic way. And I really feel like we accomplished that. All right, guys, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this home tour. I had so much fun showing you around. I hope it puts you into the fall and Halloween spirit. Happy fall, happy Halloween. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until my next one, I'll see you then.